The time is now, wait, no, wait, I think, no. Oh, yeah, time is now, 11:30, and concluding the executive session, the following participants in the session were trustee Mamonakis, Mayor Pro Tem Pazlusny, trustee Roth, trustee Martinez, me, Mayor Benjamin Byer, clerk treasurer admin Ariel Blackwell, and Ernest Skip Patterson of Public Works. For the record, if any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into the executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meeting law, I would ask you state your concerns right now. The only thing I would say is that I would like to have a vote that we went into executive session, so I'm gonna make that motion. I didn't get the full motion, so I made the motion to go into executive session. Can I get a second for that? So I know we're going backwards.
Are you allowed to make a motion as the mayor?
Yes, for that, for executive sessions.
I second that motion.
Okay, any discussion? I know it's late, but we still need a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Hearing no concerns, the next agenda item is a motion to officially close the executive session.
I'll make that motion.
There a second? I'll second. Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
All right. So, now we can discuss, any motions that we want to make in relation to the executive session.
I'd like to make a motion that we increase the hourly rate for employee Skip. And I think we decide on $2 an hour now, and in 6 months, another $1 per hour.
There's a second?
I think we have to include that we take him off probation.
Exactly. Okay. So we're going to amend your motion to include the removal of end of probationary
That's fine.
status. Is there a second? Oh. Trustee Roth, got it. Any more discussion? The only thing I would say is, that like in a whole year, we could raise it by $2 per se, so it would be a 6-month increase. You know, as you develop, so it'd be, 6 months, you get another $1, you get 2 now to 20. 6 months, you'll be 21, and this will be without, I mean, you just, we'll keep track, or I'm sure you'll keep track. And then a year, if you're still working hard and working with us, then it would be another $1. That one too.
And we did check the
budget.
Budget, it's in the budget.
It's in the budget.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, Mamonakis.
And if we forget the 6-month thing, just, or the 1-year thing, remind us, huh?
Yeah, it'll be like right before.
It'll be right around April next year, or
No,
right around July next year, sorry.
no, 6 months would be more like
When you-
But in a
January.
year,
You said the year, sorry.
No, you'd have 6 months and then a year.
January.
right,
I got you. Perfect.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much, and
Thank you guys, thank you for the position, and thank you for doing what you do. I appreciate you all.
appreciate you too.
Great rest of your day.
Does anybody, oh, there's the other one, can you have that? And hit with your, you do that and with it.
Were we gonna go right down business Thursday quickly?
I think we should do the other stuff first, I don't know. So it's 11:30, I wanna take a 5-minute break. 11:30. So we're back in session, the time's 11:40, we're gonna try to push through, not take a lunch break, just end, you know, if Lonnie has to leave, then we still hopefully have a quorum. We will have a quorum if everybody else stays. but we will hopefully get through before 1 o'clock. So moving along, I wanna get to the clerk's report and I wanna combine your report with the temporary office assistant request as well.
That sounds good. I don't really have a report. I
That's
was
fine.
gonna speak to what we did at the
You
select.
can talk about your schedule, cause you are going to,
Oh, I can talk about my schedule. I will be out of the office for the remainder of this week. I'll be in Breckenridge at the Colorado Municipal League conference, the annual conference. I will also be out of the office from July 14th to the 18th, attending clerk school or clerk institute. I put a proposal on the agenda because there is some time during that July 14 to 18 period where I won't be in the office and neither will Deputy Clerk Patty Reeves Smith. And so looking to have backup for those times when neither one of us can be in the office. We really don't have backup for that. Brent and Skip aren't trained on office procedures and they need to be out in the field. So looking to have someone just as a temp in those cases and looking at Susan Couton as that temp. I have managed her in the past at T Road and Deputy Clerk has a relationship with Susan as well, friendship, so having managed her, I can speak to her work ethic and her discretion and general reliability.
does she know what she's in for?
We would happily prepare her, but mostly we just need her to just kind of keep the wheels on the bus while we're gone, aka just like answering phones, talking to the general public, mostly just like note taking so that when we are back, we can take care of all those questions, concerns, projects and whatnot. So it shouldn't be too hard for her. She has a lot of office experience as well, so I think she'll be quick to handle.
And did we advertise for this or no?
No, didn't advertise for this, it really shouldn't come in at any type of substantial figure. She'd be looking at about 10 hours for
At what
those
rate?
2 days.
What rate?
She's asking for anywhere between $20 to $25 an hour. And that would be covered already under the budget because those are hours that Patty would have worked but won't be working.
It wouldn't be like your paid time off or,
That's my pay time.
so we are paying her. Too, so. But that doesn't mean,
So she already had approved, right?
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. So we do. I mean, I definitely think that we need to get you guys some help. I don't think it's, you're right.
She would also be interested in maybe doing some, helping us with filing and things like that we need in the future, she says, but it's definitely willing to help us at this one point where Carrie on and I are both in office.
So just looking for a minimal amount of hours, so that especially if there's a time when we're both sick or in the snow or I don't know. Just having a backup to the
Extra
office
backup.
never has to close because we're not here. Essentially.
So it sounds good. Do we have money for that in the budget?
We did.
We have money? Did you say that?
I said it would be covered because Patty and I would not be in the office and or on the clock.
But it sounds like she'd be taking paid day off. Paid time off.
Accrued, yeah, but it's already accrued, so.
Yeah,
My only question
well, that's
would
what, I understand your question too. I'm not 100% sure, but I think since she already has it accrued, that it's not
It's not a budget problem.
a budget problem.
my only concern is we just gave a step number, a $2 raise, which brings him up to 20 an hour. And he's out in the sun, fighting the mosquitoes, doing grunt work. We're gonna pay, sometime assistant 25.
I said we were between 20 to 25, so she would be happily with 20.
So right now, we're at about, I mean, if, depending on how accurate this is, we have 40, about 48,000 out, and that's halfway through, so that makes what, 96,000? And we have 107 in the budget.
So we barely got it in the budget, it sounds like.
I mean, 96 is at the end of the year.
So we have
If we continue,
12,000 in the budget, more or less.
huh?
You have wiggle room of 12,000.
Oh, I said, and essentially at $10 an hour, if you did $20 an hour, that's $200.
Yeah, no, it's not that much. I think,
Right, sounds like we're not pushing that
no,
$12,000 too far. Sounds like we're going about 1,000 or 2,000.
The reason we were kind of like Susan is because Susan also isn't looking for anything full-time, permanent. She just wants to help, and whenever we're in that like time, she's willing to do that to them. And if you were already looking to get us extra help, she might be that person to temporarily come in.
yeah, I mean, I think that
Need help.
if you're gonna have her here, you might as well put her on some tasks that are besides office things that could be done by her.
What's her temperament?
She's great.
She's probably one of the nicest, most jovial people I've ever met.
She's, yeah,
Kind of
very
sounds,
similar to me.
sounds like we've gone into it enough to me if we're gonna move things along,
Yes.
so,
It's somebody they can work with, so that's it.
yeah.
We both worked with her before.
So I would suggest a motion.
I move that we agree to the proposal for a temporary office assistant. Name of
Suzanne,
Susan Coutons.
Susan Contant.
Coutons.
Contant.
It's French.
Contant.
you can fill in the blanks on a 10 or when needed basis.
Yeah, would it be when needed and not to exceed a certain amount of hours, something like that?
I think that would sound cool.
Yeah.
I mean, could you guys use somebody like 20 hours a month?
4 hours, then you could come back.
20
Yeah.
hours,
About 20 hours a month, or
that's too
that's
much.
what Benji just
That
suggested.
I
sounds like,
suggested that only so that you guys,
A lot, that's.
I think that's more than she would be wanting to do anyway.
so
15 hours a month?
the time that you're planning to be gone, how much is that?
There's
That's-
4 days, I think,
4
there,
days.
right, because I'm gonna be gone.
But I thought you were back for 2 days, and it was just 2 days that she was really
Yeah.
glad to be here.
I'm gonna be here for, it's just the Wednesday and Thursday of the 1 week. And then we talked about maybe the Wednesday and Thursday of the following week to help you.
I don't know that I.
You don't know.
I would just say up to 20 hours. It's not that much.
I would even say just 10
Yeah,
hours.
let's-
It doesn't hurt to train somebody just for giggle's sake.
That's fair.
20 times 20 is 400.
Let's say 12 hours a month, let's just start with that.
You guys agree with that online?
It might be a little light, but I'd go with that. Yeah.
It's kind of up to you. I mean,
I think that would be.
Yeah, I think let's start at 12.
okay, see how it goes. Okay,
How that goes.
okay.
We'll come to you again when we can.
At $20 an hour?
Did
You
you,
gotta
That's
go-
fair, I think.
I just think that we can't really go past an employee.
did you reread the motion for me?
Motion to agree to the temporary office assistant proposal, for Susan Couton on an as needed basis for 12 hours a month at $20 an hour.
Do you have a second?
I second,
You made a motion.
did I?
did.
No, she made
Oh,
them.
you made a motion?
Yeah. That 12 hours a month, that's nothing. I mean,
Well, in the budget, it sounds like, so if it was $20 a month,
20 hours a month?
$20 an hour at 20 hours a month, 400 a month. Times 12 is $5,000, that's half of what we have
Wow.
left in the budget. I'm, I guess I'm not real experienced at this type
Well,
of
think
thing.
about it, we also
In
have
my
6
own-
months left, so
in
it's
my-
actually only 25.
Okay, it's only half, so that, yeah, that ends up being minimum, so.
So I mean,
I mean,
if
we-
you guys need the help, you should say it now, because then we could do 20, it's just,
Or
if you're like, I don't really want that, and it's, again, it's really
Well,
like.
I wasn't trying to hire a new employee per se, it was just to have like backup.
Emergency backup, yeah.
I think that mostly Ariella and I can handle what the workload is.
Okay.
We need a little temporary occasionally when we have something like this happening where both of us can't be here.
The only thing I could say is if you put 20 in and you only use 12, that's fine. You know, you guys can determine that, but then you have a little room in there if you wanna do more.
That
If you come back.
makes sense, dude.
And I'm a little more happy with the government being fiscally conservative myself.
Well, that, they're the executive branch, they can be fiscally conservative if they wanna be. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds like they're already being that way. We can be a little looser and then let them be more conservative. Right.
So how do we say, could we say 15, make,
Put it in the middle. Alright, move it to 15 hours a month.
Thank you.
I'd like to save money for the townspeople.
I agree.
Yeah.
But we also have some very basic stuff that, requires,
I agree with that too.
yeah.
I just remember all the things.
Okay, so, all in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passed. We have, should we go into public works report? Or you wanna go into the second executive session?
What's the recharging, that's just a strategy.
Or we can do that. There's 3 items. There's 3 items left.
so the.
What order do you guys wanna go in?
Living wisdom thing is on today.
Let's just talk about the strategy for the free charging station, get that out of the way real quick.
Okay,
We have a charging station out there, it's already hooked up, right now it has an out of order sign. Credit card has gone down on it, we don't have a service to run a credit card anymore, but we can run the machine. I think that Brent did the math and it comes to a certain amount per month. We're already paying the basic fee on that machine. My thought was we could make it a free available service to the public. Talk about tourism, it really does help. We could look at grants to reimburse us down the road. So basically, we're going out on a limb, hoping that it helps bring more tourists. Because we have it open and going. The other suggestion that I thought would be really good would be on the sign, we put point an arrow over to our box over here and just say, if you wanna give a donation to the town for this free service, please deposit it in the box outside the town hall. And that just, cause a lot of tourists will, if I was a tourist and I got free charging, I can throw a 20 in there. It's not a big deal.
I agree with all the points. I mean, basically, the only downside I see is people with EVs tend to have more money, so giving them something free is kind of slightly strange to me, but the donation thing would probably work. So,
And then we keep an eye on it, and if it doesn't work, then we
Yeah.
shut it back down. I mean, we can really kind of monitor it.
how much is it costing us now to run it a month?
I think it was a few $100.
A month?
Yeah.
Well, no.
We never made a dime on it.
I would definitely recommend a pretty little donation sign,
Yeah,
not just a magic.
yeah, something like,
Yeah.
donate to the town for this
Yeah,
free service.
yeah.
What do you guys think?
Mayor,
on,
I think that's an excellent idea. I think that's an
Okay.
excellent idea.
I mean, you'd be surprised that people, I mean, when I have like a donation base at my venue, you end up sometimes with more money.
I think that box out.
Strange.
$56 last one.
And that was just to have it open.
How much?
It's 56, but
56.39.
if you're running electric on that thing, it's gonna, huh?
It would be higher.
It's gonna be higher.
Yeah, I could pull the older bill.
Well, let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's try it for the next
Yeah, we
6
can try it
months.
for a little while, not talk too much about it. Let us know how much we're losing if it crosses your mind.
I would say
Do you
6
need a
months.
motion on
Yeah.
that, Mayor? I'd like to make a motion that we accept the mayor's proposal and allow the charging unit to continue, and the idea of the donation box, I think is excellent. It's probably gonna even make us more money.
With a nice sign. Is there a second?
A second.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Maninakis, any more discussion on it? 6 month time limit? Just to keep an eye on it through
Sure.
through the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
charging station's open, I'm gonna go plug in.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
I've got a lot of things to charge.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that come in our place to charge their little like units, you know. I don't love it, but if we had another, a charging station that was like for that kind of thing, it'd be kind of nice too. Cause it doesn't take much electricity, but
Yeah,
but anyway, that's another subject. Next we have, we'll do the executive session last, so. The Public Works Report, Living Wisdom Grease Trap Requirement, Public Works Report, and Wastewater Grease Trap Incident Report, so. Dennis, do you wanna speak on this?
I do. I've got a couple of comments, and I really don't want to prolong the meeting, but I think some of that is okay to put in the report. Unnecessary. It's a little bit repetitive, but I've got one question, one, I think it's a major question. The report that is making references to the BODs, and the meeting of our, Public Works employee and the one from Baca, was written somewhere around, I think, on the 12th, or at least that's the date on the document. It's been 10 days, and Clerk, I'm just asking if you've gotten any feedback from our Public Works Department, if any more research on the trace that they found had been done.
I checked in with the public works director at the end of last week, and there wasn't any update from that report at that time.
Okay, then I'm gonna say that's very disappointing. This is a very, very sensitive subject. It's very expensive. And he needs to know to get out from behind that desk, get out in the field and he's got the equipment and get that stuff taken care of. It's essential.
Can't find it right now, but there was some comment last month regarding how the BODs are like cut in half. And the report stated that they doubled, I can't seem to find what I'm looking for.
I know what you're talking about, Kim, and that's probably the most upsetting part about this is that it has to be an intentional dump of volatiles in our system. It's not, it just can't be anything else. We were on a downward turn for about 3 months. And then all of a sudden, this huge spike. There's no reason for it. It needs to be monitored better, is what the problem is.
Did you see a huge spike in BODs? I didn't see that, but are we, I noticed that there was. This white substance is found. On June 12th. But did you see a big spike as well?
Well, I'm anticipating the next report from the from our billing, from Baca, but whether it's the BOD, I make reference to volatiles, which covers the BOD and anything else that might be in the system. If this was important enough to bring this forward and then sat on for 10 days, at least up to date, I don't find that acceptable. If it was important enough to bring to the board, it should have been acted on immediately.
And as well as maybe bringing somebody like Brett on board to really help.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what do we do?
Well, I think what I'm asking is if the clerk would insist, maybe a more detailed report if something's been done and we're just not been notified. But we need results, I guess is what I'm saying. We need action done on this, and it's late in coming. This has been going on. We've been talking about their sanitary sewer and the volatiles, BODs that have been going and being treated and being costly. And we don't seem to be making any permanent headway.
You think that we should do like, I mean, if there was something like this and you found out about it and it was in the system, I mean, there is a way to track it down. It's just, it would
Absolutely.
require.
Let me relate it this way. If this system was solely mine and I had the testing equipment that is sitting in the office right now collecting dust, I'd be popping lids, I'd be in the sewers, and I'd be looking and tracing where the volatiles are coming from. If this was solely mine, that's what I would be doing. And I don't see that happening at all. And I know that equipment's in the office.
So you'll.
I'll talk to Brett about that. Have him, would you like him to send another report to you as soon as possible? Email maybe?
And I'd like to find out more about when he's gonna get his ORC certification. This has been in promise for a year. Cause then we would need Brett. Like $400 a shot. Okay.
What is that certification called?
ORC.
ORC. What does ORC mean?
Operator.
Reasonable control.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
The other thing with Brent is that we had a schedule supposedly to take those trees out, and I don't know I haven't seen anything happening with those
I haven't
trees.
seen anything happen with those either, and
Oh,
I got a text from Kizin and trying to buy the trees from someone else, I think as a CC. But I never got an update on that, I mean.
Well, if she was here, that she would give us an update, but she's not here, so make sure that she knows about our meetings that would come up in our early June meeting, the trees. But I think that we should be totally ready with holes and soil and everything, you know, if the trees are going in, so. I want that to be something that is, directed.
I will ask for an update on the tree situation.
Especially since he has the water system being, they're gonna have to water by hand, I think, or something until they get that thing fixed, but it's still really important that we get those trees out that are dead.
Mayor, I have one other, I don't know if it's more of a comment or a question or just to remind, we had talked about doing that hand watering system in areas that we were having problems with that siphon break. And whatever happened clerk, has there been any conversation with the director on what happened to that concept? Because it sounded good. It was going to be watering the plants, maintaining them, exercising hydrants, and also a mini flushing, but it seems to have all gone by the wayside.
I don't have any update on that either. Well.
That was where we were gonna just water by hand no matter what, right? So especially certain areas.
It was especially certain areas that we were having problems with being in violation of our own ordinance on that the siphon break. So, and if it worked well, we would do all the beds that way.
She's taking notes to pass on.
Sorry, yeah,
Oh,
I am taking those.
okay. No, it's okay. I'm just Uh, so Ariel's taking notes that will reflect our concerns. And since she is the admin, she can direct him.
Thank you.
Well, there's.
Um. So then we want to talk quickly about this grease trap that's at Living Wisdom. It looks like there was a long kind of report on why, ordinance applicable. Now, it looks like this is kind of AI generated. I don't know how it correlates with our actual code. But it's saying because of automatic laundry, grease and oil intercept. I mean, I think if they're getting a commercial line into their commercial building, not everybody has to have a grease trap. If it's for those 20 units, but the one unit that is their community building that has a commercial line coming into it, my opinion, should require the grease traps, but I don't know exactly what our code says, or if we can find, applicable code that demands that, and it looks like he has, like I said, it looks like an AI generated report, but I don't know how it correlates to our code.
Mayor, it does fit. It does fit. I think there was a little bit of, I'll drop that. Yeah, it's computer generated. It doesn't necessarily fit our situation. However, the commercial kitchen within that facility does. It fits in our code.
Okay,
And
so,
it's something that we can watch, but it was something that I think the plumbing inspector, when he completes his inspection of that facility, may take note of as well. And that's the state plumbing inspector.
okay, well, I mean, do you wanna have like an email or a letter going out to Living Wisdom, just stating, and it's in our code that we, it's gonna take somebody to do a little research and pull everything together and make it into something that actually holds.
Well, if the Living Wisdom Center is questions it, I think maybe we can have a sit down with them. And then that might be at the appropriate time. Then we talk about other things like deeding over the public utilities to the community when they prior to their final inspection on the utility extensions. I'm not talking about the services to the homes, but the main line, and and that might be a good time to wrap everything up as they come nearer to closing their project.
So do you wanna send an email, saying like a specific date that we meet with them?
I think we could. I don't know if it'd be possible to come up with that date right now, but it's something that we should keep open on our unfinished business and get that done relatively, in the next 6 weeks or so.
And they're aware, I assume, that we have an issue with their manholes, or what are they called,
The meter pits.
the meter pits. And are they, I mean, obviously, they're not even gonna be able to install the meters without the right meter pit, so it's gonna be a whole thing. Are they just installing what they think they need to install, or are they going backwards, or do you have any update on that?
Last I heard from Brent, they were looking at alternative methods using our meter pit. They might be able to use one that goes underground and can be scanned from above ground. I'm not an expert in meter pits, and that was the last thing.
Well, I suggest that we, put this under old business for the next meeting and let.
I just think that we should have an open invite, that we wanna finalize the easements with them and finalize, closeout, so we can,
Sounds like there are several issues in a meeting to talk with them is in order.
Yeah, while we're on the subject, they've also asked to renew their building permit for another year because they're not done building. I'm not sure how that should really be handled. Cause it's a PUD and I'm not familiar with that part.
Well, we can't really deny it,
And
and
they're already filled, yeah, we
I
can't.
mean, it would just create like another problem,
So should
so.
I just go ahead and issue them a report?
Yeah.
What do you think, Mayor Pro Tem?
Well, I was gonna, I think just extending the permits, is fine. You know, we can maybe do that with a motion when it comes to that date. But I wanted to go back to the utility part. We can withhold, the charging of the system, the water to the system, until that inspection that I'm talking about, and the
Yeah.
deeding over of those utilities.
Yeah.
So.
That's a real.
And that's under our municipal code, and I'm doing this from memory. I think it's 7-1-30, paragraph 4, is more specific, or in that general paragraph area. So if you needed to double check that, you can do that.
Thank you.
So we can wait till final inspections, everything has to be in line with the metering and a way to meter properly, and then the easements, obviously.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And deeding of the
I thought-
utilities.
I thought we already had the meter going. The meter, or sorry, the easement was already. We already have an easement in place, or, that happened early on, but.
When you,
Do trustees generally have the municipal code, a hard copy of it?
you can get it online.
I know it's online.
Actually, they should have, we used to have a folder for each of us.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to have
Check out a copy of the code.
yeah, it'd be nice to have a copy at home that I could refer to between meetings and get myself educated.
I don't have a copy for everyone.
Yeah.
You can check it out anytime and it is online.
Okay,
Do you have my copy still?
yeah.
If you want, you can check it out to him, but I just want it back, and we can just leave it here, and then.
Well, I think I might need it from time to time when things are crossing my mind at home, so.
Well, then that would be the
I can
online
print it-
version.
I can print it at home from the online version.
Okay, 20 pages, no.
That's when I get down to.
You could also send it to a printer and then they let them print it for you.
Yeah, I guess we could print it here too. I mean, I don't know how they handle that, does
Well,
it have to?
it's not an emergency, but it's been on my mind since I joined the
I
council.
definitely think you should have, if you want it on paper, you should get it on paper.
Regular access to it
For sure.
in an easy form, so.
You wanna see if there's a way to print it efficiently and effectively?
It doesn't have to be the biggest thing on your list, I'm gonna be looking for a copy to put in next to my computer,
Okay.
I think,
So
so.
while you're eating dinner and you think of something and
And
you
then
wanna
we
just,
just wait out the fees.
you don't wanna run over here, and nobody's here, and yeah.
It's just it is a waste of time not to be able to directly access things when I'm thinking about them.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so no, we're not done. So, I wanna go back to living wisdom real quick. Do you want to set up a meeting or request a meeting and then have them set it up? And just say to like sort of finalize stuff, and do we need to do the building permit immediately?
Have they requested the extension?
Sorry?
Have they requested an extension?
They have.
Yes,
It should be initiated by them. Maybe just a phone call to them and ask them to request.
They
they did request.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Email.
I think we need to kind of sum up, at least for ourselves, we need to sum up some stuff having to do with living wisdom, so. Maybe we put it on our public works and just, when you come back, or when we have our public works report,
Okay.
we discuss it.
Discuss setting up a meeting with them.
The meeting and what we're gonna say, and look at the code having to do with. the
Should I
two-
ask them to set up a meeting in the meantime?
I would just say, like, as we close out this building, you know, there's some stuff that we need to get together on, or something like that. with some of the
Sounds
representatives,
like that would be the August regular meeting.
could be.
Right.
And then I'm pretty sure we got an easement that was already, I don't know if it gets initiated, like if that's the problem, Dennis, but I remember seeing an easement. And a drawing of the easement that we were given.
I do
Utility.
too. I do too.
So
I don't know if it was
we,
recorded, if the easement had been recorded. I don't know
yeah,
if
we
we
want,
this document, but when I'm referring, and I hope I'm not misunderstanding you, talking about deeding the utilities over and the easement are not the same.
right, okay, I am misunderstanding.
Yes, it's not the same. It's a bill of sale for the total cost of the sanitary sewer and water mains, which adds to the town's net worth.
Right.
Whenever we're in a situation for proof of assets.
Gotcha. So that. Something we need to request from them. But we can do that at the meeting, but we just wanna keep it in the loop. I don't think you're gonna forget, Dennis, but.
Oh, no,
ah,
it's something I brought up when Lisa was still here.
ah. All right, are we good with Public Works? Should we move on, or is there anything else? We're gonna have a executive session on. To follow up on our 30-day. What was it? It's a 30-day, I don't know what the word would be. It's gonna be longer than 30 days, but what was it called? With Brent, that we did?
Was it a performance improvement plan?
Performance improvement plan. We were gonna do a follow-up on that when Mayor Pro Tem comes back from his trip, which would be the regular meeting of the 21st of July. Correct?
Right.
So that is gonna be a performance evaluation follow-up meeting, probably executive session.
And so my executive session documents for this meeting just has the evaluation.
We have one more that we added. It has to do with, I'm gonna make a motion to go into executive session if we're done with Public Works. Can I make a motion that we go into executive session for the purposes to discuss the purchase, acquisition, lease, transfer, or sale of real personal or other property interest under CRS section 246402. And the additional details are a correspondence with realtor that had to do with some land that is become available that could be strategically used for our possible, it would be possibly used for our water system. So is there a second?
I'll make
Oh, trustee Roth got it. Is there, is there any discussion on this executive session? Okay, all in favor?
aye.
Alright, so we're gonna get off and then we're gonna re-record on a different line.
Is it the same one as the last one?
No, I have a different one.
A new one coming.
All right.
Incoming.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, back to these.
I'm just looking at the clock, so I'm second.
That's alright.